Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to all our learners, partners, and guests joining us from across India and beyond. I'm Tanveer, the Head of Placements and Corporate Relations from Cultus Education, and I will be your host for this exciting session of Cultus Career Connect, a monthly expert talk series where learning meets opportunity. Today's topic is Launch Your Career in Cloud Computing. Now, cloud computing isn't just a buzzword anymore. It is the backbone of how the world works, from streaming Netflix and online banking to powering healthcare and artificial intelligence. Cloud is everywhere. So the big question is, how can you build a future-proof career in this high-growth field? Well, that's exactly what today's session is all about. Something about the Cultus Career Connect. So through this Career Connect, we bring you face to face with real industry experts, people who have been there, done that, to help you understand what skills matter and what employers look for, and how to carve your path in the world of work. Now, a quick intro to the AWS Restart. So before we meet our guest speaker, let's quickly talk about one of the most impactful initiatives that's changing lives. That is the AWS Restart program. It's a free full-time training initiated by Amazon Web Services, designed for individuals from non-tech or unemployed backgrounds to kickstart a career in the cloud. Through this program, learners gain hands-on experience in AWS Cloud Fundamentals, Linux, Python, and networking. But more than just technical skills, AWS Restart also helps you develop employability skills, things like teamwork, communication, and interview readiness. It's truly a launchpad helping people go from learners to cloud professionals in just a few months. And now to officially open this session, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Ravi, the Chief of Programs for Cultus and Orbit. Mr. Ravi has been a driving force behind several impactful programs that prepare learners for the industry, bridging the gap between education and employment. His passion for creating meaningful career opportunities is what makes initiatives like Career Connect possible. Let's welcome Mr. Ravi to share a few words and set the tone for today's discussion.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Tanveer, and welcome, Mr. Obert, to this Career Connect program. We're very pleased to have you here. And Mr. Tanveer, thank you for that brief introduction about AWS Restart. We have been very proud to be associated with this program in two countries for the last 4 years. I've known Mr. Obert since 2021 or 2021, where we launched the program in Indonesia. I think we have more than 3,000 or 4,000 graduates already, and now, of course, we launched the program in India in a very large way with the Tamil Nadu Skills Corporation, and we also expecting several thousand learners to be done every year. So without too much, I know we started a little bit late, but I still would like to get some meat and bones into this discussion, because I know everybody would like to hear why they should do cloud computing. Why have we launched Restart? I know that Mr. Tanveer gave a little bit of a background as to what the program is, but I'd like to ask you, Mr. Obert. So we all know Amazon. Amazon is a huge name. AWS is not so much, because it's a short form of Amazon Web Services. But we do know that Amazon is probably the largest user of cloud services in the world, and AWS is a subsidiary of that. Could you give us an overview of what AWS does in the region, particularly in India, because it's where our program is running now, and over Asia in general, so that our learners can have an idea as to what kind of potential is there with cloud services. Again, as a background, I know, our learners probably already know this, besides Amazon, there are several other providers of cloud services. There's Google, there is Huawei. There's so many others, but they all form a basic. I mean, a basic understanding of the cloud is required. If you know one, you can probably do Azure. You can do the other things. So maybe you can give a brief idea as to what the prospects are for cloud in the region and in India and so forth. Over to you.
Before that, Mr. Ravi, let me introduce Mr. Awad, which we have not done now.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi. So now it's time to meet our guest speaker for today, someone who truly embodies the spirit of innovation and lifelong learning. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Albert Hosianto, APAC Program Lead for AWS Restart, who's based in Jakarta, Indonesia. Albert brings over 24 years of experience across education, technology, and workforce development. He currently manages the AWS Restart program across 18 countries in the Asia Pacific region, helping thousands of learners build new careers in cloud computing. Before AWS, Albert spent 11 years at Microsoft Indonesia, where he led national level programs to upskill educators and learners, impacting over 100,000 teachers and 3 million students during the pandemic through digital learning initiatives. From starting out as a teacher and principal to leading large-scale tech education programs, Albert's journey is truly inspiring. Let's give him a big virtual round of applause as we welcome Mr. Albert Osianto to share his insights on how you can launch and grow your career in cloud computing.
Okay, thank you, Tanvir and Ravi, for inviting me. It's really an honor to, virtually be present. I wish, back before the pandemic, we always do things face to face. Now, in the spirit of making more efficient timelines for everyone, we do things digitally. And I guess that is a good example on why we need cloud computing. Just to give a bit context to my answer. So back then, when I started working in education, we were still transitioning to somewhat the beginning of digital world. We still did everything face to face. We only had limited mobile phones. We had phones and we used SMS, and that was quite costly, especially when you SMS to your friends or families overseas. Now everything is done digitally. It's very cheap. It's very affordable. That's showing how things change throughout the years. Back in 2007, 2008, I was teaching educators in Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia, on how they use computers for the first time. That was teaching digital literacy using Windows, using Yahoo at the time, and creating their first PowerPoint presentation. That's then. Fast forward until 2019, early 2020, I was still teaching some of the basic stuff, but when the pandemic hits, we shifted everything to cloud-first technology. And it never stopped from there until now. Especially during the pandemic, our lives revolves around, well, at least for my life, it revolves around WhatsApp messages, emails, Teams, and if I was lucky, I got half an hour or an hour of Netflix time every day. That was my life, and that's basically how we live our life today as well. Well, even lesser Netflix time these days, but everything that we do is based on cloud computing. We do our transportation online. I book my taxi online via app. I book my flight tickets via a mobile app. I book my meal. I book my grocery shopping and everything through online applications, marketplace, everything. That's all powered by cloud computing. And looking at how things grow, I am sure we are not, at the peak of this. We're still at the very early stage. Yes, everything is transforming, everything is changing, everything is moving very fast. But I don't think we are done yet. There's still so much room for growth in this field, and surely we will need talents for the cloud industry. Think of it like this way. What I see had eyes on something that's I'm talking with my friends in various industry. I'll take two things: healthcare and banking. They're all transforming significantly. I remember back then, 10 years ago, when I want to make a fixed deposit, I have to go to the bank, wait in line for customer support, and then fill in a form, get my money deposited. Same thing when I want to withdraw it. I have to wait in line, collect it, and it can take me an hour at least or two. Now I can just do it on a tap on my phone immediately. I got my money deposited very easily. Now for healthcare, what I'm seeing now is that uh, things are moving super fast and super advanced. I've seen um, reports and stories on how operations, surgeries can take place remotely. The doctor doesn't have to fly into one country. As long as there's a solid connection, the doctor can do it online anywhere. That's using cloud technology, because you need to have very secure platform in order to direct that instruction to the hands to the robots that does the surgery. So the potential is there. We are just at the very beginning of, for me, this is my personal opinion. I think we are on the brink of a big breakthrough in every field. We're starting one step at a time, but now it's not just a slow start. It's going to be a sprint moving forward. At least what I'm seeing personally, for the next 2-3 years, maximum 5 years, everything will transform very significantly. And that requires a huge number of talents, which we are still struggling. I speak to um, customers and partners of AWS in various countries. They all share the same pain points. Even with government officials from different countries around the region, they're all facing the same challenge. So the opportunity is there, the technology is here. We need to get people ready to adopt cloud computing. That's what the salespeople are pushing now. But that comes with a caveat. Okay, the customers also ask, where's the talent for me to deploy this? So
That's a very good segue for me to jump in here, Robert. Thank you very
yeah,
much, and thank you so much for reminding us that we have all seen those stories about how computers are being used to do operations
mhm,
across states and provinces and even countries. But I think we all forget that it's because of the power of the cloud. And thank you for reminding us about that. And you have also mentioned how that there's a great demand now for cloud based jobs. But I would specifically like to ask you about AWS itself. We know Amazon is the largest user of cloud services in the world. But what about AWS itself in India and maybe in Asia? Could you give us some insights about who your customers are? Because as you know, most of our learners here are looking for careers in cloud computing in some form or the other. I will come to that. I actually have two questions for you. One, after doing the restart program
mhm,
and graduating the cloud practitioner exam, because there are two things. There's the restart digital badge, which is for
mhm.
all graduates. And then there's, of course, the cloud practitioner exam certificate, which is an international certificate. So I'd like to ask you specifically what kind of job opportunities would be available for people who have done A, the digital badge, B, those who have done the certification, and C, could you give us an idea as to some kind of what kind of clients AWS has in India and perhaps in the Pacific? So three
Okay,
questions.
okay. So Great questions. For the last part, there are a few things I can share, and some of the things where the customers are not willing to be exposed. I can't say much,
Sure.
but there are some big names that we see have become customers of AWS. I'll take some examples from India. We see Infosys, we see Wipro, we see FirstCry, um, Delivery, Paytm, Games 24/7. From various industries, we see a lot of customers coming in from India. On top of, we have big banks. Usually banks are not very keen to be mentioned because there are some security that they have to, security and privacy that they have to adhere. But we have had, in other countries, we have had like telco companies, large conglomerates, FMCG, oil and gas. Basically, we exist in almost, even in media, we exist in almost every industry available in the world. In Asia Pacific, also, a lot of the big names are there, in India specifically. And what we see and what the company is investing is because there's such a huge business potential and there is a huge business demand. We are investing in data centers in more countries nowadays. For those of you who have read that AWS just launched a data center in New Zealand just last month. This is October, yeah. They launched it in the first week of September in New Zealand. And earlier this year, we launched one in Thailand. And last year, we launched one in Malaysia. That shows the kind of business that's growing. So there is a huge demand. There is a real need for people to use cloud computing. So the growth is there. India has its own data center. And for a country the size of India, the business is really huge. Now, I'm just giving a glimpse of what we see. Asia is basically the growth driver for everyone. We have, so what I read last time, the world's population is about 8 billion people now, and India has 1.5 billion alone. But ASEAN has around 600 to 700 million people, and add China in, another 1.5 billion. So we're at about 3.7, 3.8 billion people in ASEAN. In Asia Pacific. So that's a huge market, and there is a huge demand everywhere. Now, when you asked me earlier also, what kind of jobs, what kind of opportunities, we see many companies are seeking for talents, and even Amazon. We have seen some of our Restart graduates made their way into AWS and Amazon, doing so many various things. They could start as, some started like jobs as technical support or help desk or customer support. Some learned all their way in to become engineers and developers, because you need to remember cloud computing is the foundation of everything that we do these days. Restart provides you with the foundation knowledge and skills, but you still need to learn more things and to adapt more technologies. Taking myself as an example, Tanvir mentioned my profile that I started as a teacher. I had to learn all the way to be qualified, to be employed by Microsoft and AWS. Because if I stopped learning, if I stopped with one certification and one badge, back then we didn't have certification and badges. It was just more on qualifications of bachelor's and master's and PhDs. But now people see, what kind of hard skills, what kind of hand-on skills you have. So obtaining certification helps to unlock more doors, more opportunities. I've seen one of the Restart graduates got into AWS training and certification team in India and was getting an award. It was an internal award, but that means she was acknowledged for whatever that she was delivering to the team and to the business of the company. So that was done because she had her AWS Restart Digital Badge and her Cloud Practitioner certification. Now, I'm not saying everyone will get a chance in AWS and Amazon. No, there are more things to be brought in. Hard skill is one thing, but you need to have the kind of growth mindset to be within yourself. Otherwise, if you think Restart is giving you enough for everything, it's just giving you the foundation. You need to learn more. 12 weeks is a long time, but to certain people, it's not long enough. So there is never a suitable amount of time for you to learn everything at one time. And I'm sure those of you who didn't have a cloud background, if you suddenly study to become a solutions architect professional, that will take you years. And that is not something you can just sit down and read and do and study. You need to experience. So try to apply for whatever jobs that's available related to technology. That will help you gain the experience, the confidence, and the portfolio to jump into better opportunities. I honestly speaking, when I started my career 24 years ago, I never expect back then AWS was not around. AWS didn't exist. I never even thought about working for Microsoft. It was a big dream. I wasn't so sure I would be qualified. But then because I kept learning new things, that's where I had my growth mindset, and that's where I could come work into those companies. So use this opportunity. You have been given 12 weeks of training, not only for hard skill, but also for employability skills. Keep expanding those skills. Try to get jobs. I understand you want to get jobs in technology directly, but sometimes those jobs may not necessarily exist in technology companies. There are tech roles available, say in FMCG or oil and gas. They do need talents. AWS has customers in those industries. So don't just focus yourself. You have to be in Amazon or in Microsoft or in Google or in startups. Ideally, yes, but not necessarily. You can do tech jobs in so many industries that everyone, even in F&B industry, they are transforming to be a digital industry. Believe it or not, if I see restaurants that don't offer a delivery option via app, then I may not try it because I simply don't have time to sit down, eat there. I spend half an hour uh, traveling there and half an hour going back to my office. So I'd rather do everything digitally. So that opens up so many options, so many opportunities, and don't limit yourself just to be in the tech industry. Better explore the tech jobs everywhere.
Thank you, but that's really really interesting. So I also want to tell you, but in case you're not aware, when we do the programs in India for AWS, we also combine it with our Cultus Job Readiness certification. So that's another 4 week program, which it talks exactly about the growth mindset and various other soft skills which learners need to succeed in today's world. So while the Restart program actually gives talks about some of the soft skills, the Cultus Job Readiness program combines and adds, I think, 15 more modules, 30 more modules to that, which increases their chance of getting a job by a certification system. So it's got a 5-star job readiness program, which we have, which combines, which I think you're aware quite well about what we do. And we firmly believe that having both a certification from AWS, either a digital certificate or a CPE, combined with our star certification puts the learner in the best possible trajectory to get a job. That's what we really feel will help them. And very briefly, Kavirani, we started a few minutes late, so we are a little bit over time. But I want to ask you, what is the value of a international cloud practitioner exam certificate? We know the digital badge says that you're competent enough to apply for a job, and you've given several examples of jobs that people can apply with a graduation digital badge. But how does the CPU make you special? In the sense, what is the CPE, and what next after the CPE? Is there another certificate people can aspire to? And why should they write the cloud practitioner exam and report the results?
Okay, thank you, Paravi. That's a very good question. The cloud practitioner examination, certified cloud practitioner examination, is the first foundational certificate to mark your competency in the cloud computing space. That is just the beginning. It still has 11 other certifications by AWS that you can opt for. You can start from cloud practitioner, and then you want to do AI practitioner. You can do solution architect associate. You can do developer associate. You can do DevOps, SysOps. And we have specialty certifications. Now, those certifications are quite tough, honestly. I tried doing that. It's not easy. I still need to squeeze in more time to learn and explore hands-on. That will open up a whole different world, a whole new world for everyone. Now, even with the cloud practitioner, there are two very interesting examples that I'm going to share with you from various countries. So one is that from Indonesia, this is what I saw. We have, I can't remember the exact number, but what I remember, there's about 5 or 10 learners that graduated with the program and completed the certification. They were able to get jobs remotely in other countries. They got jobs from employers in Australia, in the US, in Singapore. Can't remember which country in Europe, but they all work from the leisure of their rooms, getting paid in US dollars or in euros, and they don't have to move. No, they can do whatever timing that they want to do from the luxury of their own bedroom. So that helps when you get foreign currency payment. It helps with your expenses very much. The second one, this is more relevant to you. I see one example from a graduate of Restart in India, where she got the digital badge and the cloud practitioner certificate. She got a job in New Zealand, and she was being paid to relocate all the way to New Zealand by her employer. So that opens up opportunities. You see, hard skills is one thing. You need to have the language skills as well, communication skills. That's why we equip them in the program itself in Restart. But that opens up a whole different landscape of opportunity for everyone. That because the program itself is a global program, meaning whatever that you are studying in India are the same quality, the same competence with learners who are taking it in the US, in Spain, in Brazil, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand. We all have the same level. We all have the same qualifications. That means you have the same opportunity like everyone else to get the kind of jobs. You do need to have the language skills. You do need to have the communication skills and the willingness to mobilize. This is what I see sometimes being a challenger, because when people are very reluctant to relocate or to mobilize to get jobs, then they're limiting themselves. So that's one, I think, one mindset that people need to change and to open up. But I've seen many inspirational stories, and even I saw one video of someone who came from Ethiopia to the US, took restart, completed his certification, and he was able to get a job. I can't remember which company, but I think it was a consulting company. I think it was Accenture or something. As a data analyst. Previously, he was working as a truck driver. So that really opened up a whole new opportunity, a whole new life for everyone. So that's what I personally feel impressed and believe this will make a difference in somebody's life. Just focus, report everything to us so that we can help you to be employed by our customers and partners. Because every day, just before this call, I was sitting in a call with one of our customer in Malaysia. They're saying, "Oh, we are looking to recruit more talents for us now and for our customers as well. So send us the list of those who are qualified." So the demand is there.
Okay, great. That's amazing. So maybe I have several interesting takeaways here. One is the fact that if you have a digital cloud certification, you can probably apply for jobs and assignments sitting in India, but working for companies who are posting these opportunities worldwide. So they don't have to relocate, and they can probably be paid in foreign currency because it's an international job. The second, of course, is that really nice story about how somebody was able to relocate. Well, you gave two examples, one to New Zealand and one to the US, where people did the restart program, did the CPE certification, and then actually relocated because they were asked to. They got the opportunity and they were paid to do that. Also, really, really inspiring. And what this means is for our learners who are listening on the call, don't limit your job search just to India. If you're looking for these, when you're looking for jobs, if you have the confidence that you can speak English, or at least you have the chance to practice English to an extent where you can do an interview, please don't limit your job search just to India. You look for cloud opportunities anywhere in the world, and who knows if it's your time and you have the CPE certification, nothing like it. At this point of time, Albert, I want to give you some really, really nice news about two of our graduates from our very first batch of Cultus. I want to give a big shout out to Kausalya and Mohammad Ali, who did the AWS Restart program from Coimbatore. I'm very pleased and very proud to inform that both of them managed to score 1,000 out of 1,000 in the cloud practitioner exam, which I think is still not that usual. Am I right, Obert? I don't think too many people are able to score that kind of a high score. So we have two, and they're both from the same city in Coimbatore in India. And I'm very, very happy to give them both a shout out. And we've actually recorded a small video from each of them. So with your permission, I'd like to play both of them back to back. Nishta, if you can just play those videos, it'd be great. Thank you. Having more issues, technical issues, if not, we can just share the videos on the chat, Nishta, and learners can click on it themselves because we are running out of time actually.
But scoring 1,000 is not that easy. I took my cloud practitioner back in 2022. I got only 740 something, if I remember correctly. So kudos to those who are able to get 1,000 over 1,000. That is amazing. It's not easy,
Absolutely.
trust me. I took the exam myself, and when I took the exam, like, this didn't this these are questions I didn't see in the mock-up exams. So I really had to think, and if they're able to do that, so they are great talents. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I don't think we're able to share the videos here, but I think they're being shared on the live stream. I think the links are being shared. Am I correct, Tanvir? Is that what's happening? We're sharing the links on the live stream for them to click on.
Let me check.
Okay, so I guess what we will do is we will do that. Obert has already seen those videos. So what we will do is we will share the videos and the classroom links for all the learners. We have both those videos, and later on, and I think we will also speak to them and ask them to share some tips and tricks with all the other learners who have yet to do the exam. We spoke to them at length yesterday, and we have some. There are some commonalities between the two of them. The way they study, how methodical they are. I think those are tips which people will be interested to know. And I think they're also happy to share those tips with the remaining learners. But thank you very much, Obert. It's been a really interesting discussion with you. This is the first of a series of career connects that we'll be doing, and the focus this month, of course, was on cloud computing. But I think we have all learned a lot, especially on how big AWS is, what kind of opportunities are there in cloud computing in the region, and what is cloud computing itself, and the potential. Because I think we all have an idea as to what cloud computing is, but we have all failed to realize how pervasive it is in our lives today, and why a career in cloud computing is something which is not going to go away very fast. And I think you've given also insight to us that how jobs are available both within India and possibly outside the country as well. And it is possible to do cloud-based jobs sitting at home. And of course, if you qualify and do well enough, you'll probably be recruited by companies outside the country, and perhaps there are careers also available in Restart in AWS itself. So I think with those really interesting notes, I'll give it back to Tanvi to wrap up. But thank you very much, Obert, for taking the time to speak with us today. Tanvi, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Obert, for those powerful insights and inspiring stories. And thank you, Mr. Ravi, for steering such an engaging discussion. To our learners, we hope today's session gave you a deeper understanding of how cloud computing can shape your career and how programs like AWS Restart can help you take that first step with confidence. We will be back soon with more insightful sessions under the Cultus Career Connect, where we will bring together experts, educators, and opportunities that help you grow. Until then, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep learning. Thank you all and have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.